look like Satan. If Satan were in fact a Caucasian male, 6 foot tall, 245 pounds, 245, 260, depending on who you ask, with a trench coat, in this case a duster, walking through the parking lot of the Bay Area Science Fiction and Fantasy Convention, also known as Baycon. Once again, I'm headed towards the con. Every year, for the last 3 years I think now, I have brought this camera with me to make a recording of my experiences here at Baycon. And awesome. The best way that I can do it is by representing to you, the lovely viewing audience, is by bringing you with me. I could tell you tales, regale you with events, circumstances, and rumor. But the simple fact of the matter is that it's never ever going to be the same. It will never compare to the actual first-person experience of Baycon. So that's why, because when I say to you there are Klingons and furries dancing together, doing the lambada, which as we all know is the forbidden dance of love, you wouldn't believe me. You'd think, oh, you're just making that shit up. It's a science fiction and fantasy convention. There are all kinds of freaky people that go to those. You're just going to give us some sort of stereotypical commentary about it, and we're just going to laugh, ha ha ha, they're all a bunch of freaks. No, you're going to see it for yourself, and then you'll say, oh my fucking god, that is a Klingon dancing with a furry doing the forbidden dance of love. See, I believe the experience is for you to have. I've been to this fucking convention for 11 goddamn years. I keep coming back because it's so engrossing. The experiences, the people, the smells, oh, the cornucopia of aroma. If you've never had the distinct opportunity of being trapped inside of a hotel, and if you know a hotel is a large building, that should give you a clue. If you've never had the chance to be trapped inside of one with gamers who haven't watched for 4 days, you haven't lived. And the only thing I can say is embrace the life you don't have. That's all I'm going to say and leave it at that. It's just that simple. It's a crazy world we live in. So as we go forward, because if I were going backwards and doing this, I'd probably fall the fuck on my ass. But as we go forward into the con, which is merely a good 40 yards away from where I stand at this very moment, I want to prepare you. And the only true way that I can prepare you for this experience is to warn you ahead of time and allow you to steel yourself. Find whatever reserves of internal fortitude you have and launch them. Ignite them. Set them ablaze with passion, because you're going to fucking need it. Yes, we are now inside. I am walking down the hall because I'm going to do what I do every time I take you to this hotel. I told you that the DoubleTree Hotel in Santa Clara, California, it lists itself as San Jose, but no, it's a load of shit. That the DoubleTree Hotel in San Jose, California is the hotel for conventions. So, like I do every time, going to the end of the entrance hall that I always come in, and then I'm going to take you step by step. Let me adjust the arm, because I don't know, it's just more dramatic this way. Step by step through the same fucking circuit I take every time. Doesn't matter what the con is, it's the same fucking hotel. So, you guys are going to get a first-hand experience of this. Where I am right now, but you won't see it because there are no artists, is the artist row. This is a hallway that leads to the doors, where there are tables on both sides. Let me give you a view here, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You see the tables on both sides of the hall. Alright, well maybe one major side of the hallway, but both sides of the hall. This is where all of the artists sell their artwork. During the day, you've got henna artists, you've got people that craft mail, you've got people that draw. Primarily it's tend to be, drawing artists and painters and the like. They sell a lot of their artworks next to the dealer's room, so if they don't have pieces hanging, they can make money that way. Right outside of me here, you guys may not be able to see it, so let me give you a better view. If you look out there, that's the boffer area. Boffers, for those of you that are con impaired, are foam weapons. So if you've ever seen those LARP videos with people dressed like Merlin and King Arthur swinging foam and shouting 2 damage, that's roughly what it is. They're foam medieval weapons that allow people to legally beat themselves about the head and neck without actually doing real damage. The next step on this lovely tour is the eating establishment, or the eating area. About that? Okay. The eating area. Witness, if you will, people are actually eating in the eating area. Now, why is this something that you'd want to present to me and say, yes, it's an eating area, people eat. But have you ever seen so many people willing to spend $85 on a milkshake? You have now. I guess they figure you're going to a convention, you're paying for the room, hell, you paid for the airline tickets to fly into the area to go to the room. You might as well have another $85 for a milkshake too. Makes sense. You've already spent $100 and some odd on all this other stuff. Might as well throw another $100 in for the food. And that's just one meal. That's not like the entire weekend. So, hey Mike, what's up? Hey, at least I have a camera this time. This is Mike. He comes to cons too.
What's up?
I'm just I make every convention I go to, I make one of these videos. So I'm just documenting my dorkdom. Had to pause for a second. Okay, here we go. We're back. As I was saying, heading back the way that I always come. Now, you're not getting, once again, and this is always a truth when coming to these videos, you're not seeing the video itself. What you're seeing is me wandering through the hallways. So what I'm going to do this time, to put a little twist on it, is I'll give you my commentary, but I'll let you guys see for yourself exactly what I see. It's like you're here, next to me, wishing to God that I would take off the handcuffs and restraints so that you could run screaming from the building. There you go. Baycon. See, every year they always have a little graphic up on the wall. It's projected by the camera. Up there, yeah. It's good stuff.
Baycon rules!
Absolutely. See, here we are. This is Doubletree Hotel. Now, how exciting is this? It's a hallway. You know, this isn't exactly what you would call an integral part of the con itself.
Oh, come now. Every comes and goes, so you get to see all the chicks walk by.
That's what I'm talking about. This is the main strip, and the reason why I say it's the main strip, because if you look all the way down there, you see those elevators? Those elevators don't work. But they like you to think that they do, so that people will stand around and socialize. It's actually a gimmick of the con itself. They teach you, if you wait long enough, it'll come, just like they have throughout history with Hollywood, making us all believe that we were going to be rock stars and actors and the like. So, there is actually one elevator working. It's a miracle. Heading down the hallway here. This is part of the circle that I myself do. Remember, it's not me that you're looking at. It's the con itself. So I'm going to come down this hallway and I'm going to make a turn down the hallway towards the game room. Now, yes, this gaming convention actually has a game room. You've got different people dancing to the music that happens occasionally around here. There's rooms of people listening. If you see all those people in there, they're con goers and dancing people. Ah, yes. Now, coming all the way down the hallway. Now this, oh look, it's Ray. Hi, Ray. Going to show these people, these fine viewing people, a gaming room. And I'm in shock, because it's not really a gaming room so much as some people kind of gaming. Kind of gaming. Okay, well there you go. That's part of the con experience for you. It's a hotel with people kind of dressed in garb, kind of not dressed in garb, depending on who you ask. Wandering around for 4 days, paying an exorbitant fee for the hotel room that's actually quote-unquote discounted because it's a hotel price. I'm going to take you guys now to a major, well, it's not really major, but it's one of the main thoroughfares of Baycon. It's right outside. People tend to smoke. If they're not getting their gaming fix, they need nicotine. I think that's how it works. But they're going to stand outside with other people of a carcinogenic nature and discuss the philosophies and finities and metaphysical, and yes, I say metaphysical in the correct context because you really got to be the fuck out of your mind to do this every year. With other individuals of a like lack of mindset, known as the strip or the outside walkway. And amazingly enough, the outside walkway is a lot deader than usually is. You see this strip here? This is out above the pool. See, here's the pool down here. Hold on. We don't want to touch water. We're gamers. That would be cleansing. But this area out here is where people go to socialize and smoke, because you can't smoke inside the convention, which is a real shame, because I think it would cut down on the price of cigarettes, because everybody would be inhaling the same smoke. So now we're going up the steps, and I will show you actually one of the unique, and I have to keep using the little rabbit ear quotation mark things because these are selling points of this particular convention. The projection system that gets projected onto the big blank wall so that movies of all shapes, sizes, colors, textures, patterns, and countries can be shared, and the whole media going experience can be embraced by large groups of people that are mostly inebriated and or intoxicated on some sort of illegal substance, as Baycon is familiar and famous for. One last thing before we finish our loop here. This is the smokers area, the official, legitimate smokers area. This is where the refined smoker comes, and they don't want to mingle with the masses. They can come to these little alcoves of secrecy and embrace their habit in a nonchalant fashion. I've seen guys out here with 15 cigarettes in one hand. They weren't smoking, they just had 15 cigarettes in one hand. It makes them fit in. So, that in a nutshell is the experience of Baycon. If you're me, which you're not, thank God. And I'm sure if you had the opportunity to be here yourself, and I can tell you right now you're kicking yourself for not being here, please stop. The end is nigh. So, one last section. I don't really do this as part of my loop, but I'll show it to you anyway. The upstairs second floor, they do all kinds of odd things up here. Photo shoots, people in costumes. Oh yes, and also up here, if you go far enough down this hallway, is where the Rocky Horror Picture Show gets shown and the dances and stuff. Okay. So, for all intents and purposes, I've brought you full circle through the Baycon experience. Baycon being the operative word in that sentence. It's not quite a bay, it's not quite a con, it's a little bit of both. I will take more footage. Perhaps I'll find something unique and worthwhile to show you. Perhaps I'll just want to show you something that will damage you in ways that you'll never recoup from. And that, to me, is what it's all about. Making sure that the damage I inflicted upon you is long-lasting. Yes. I'm outside of Baycon. Oh, hold on, let me get a good grip here. There you go. I'm outside of Baycon. I've walked you through Baycon, and I was only there for a good half an hour. Every year, my stay at Baycon gets shorter and shorter. Pretty soon, I won't even leave the house. And it'll be like a normal day for me, except it will be on Baycon weekend, so I can live the Baycon experience in the privacy of my own home, perhaps wearing some bunny slippers, and not much else. Baycon was an institution. It was an event that once it was over, people were ramping up for the next one. But that was 7-8 years ago, and ever since then, it's just got repetitive, obnoxious, boring, and blasé. I can't give a statement fitting enough to describe for you, my loyal viewing audience member, And I say loyal only because of the fact that you're probably bored and have nothing better to do than to listen to me babble. Going to switch hands. I figure I want to keep you involved every step of the way. I just haven't broken it down to the point where I'm telling you left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. So I'm going back through the parking lot that I was coming through, as you can see by my distinct hue, the red pallor of the undead, if you will. Going back through the parking lot, back towards my car, and on into history. It was an experience like any other. If every experience you've ever had was mind-damaging and boring. And believe me, there's a lot of lives out there that are mind-damaging and boring, so I was right there with you for just a few brief moments of my drudgery. So let me see if I can encapsulate for you, the viewing audience, a sentence or two to breathe life into the Baycon weekend. If you are indeed a gamer or a science fiction fantasy fan, and you live in the Bay Area and have done so for more than, say, 15 minutes, you will come to familiarize yourself with the event that is Baycon. Baycon, unlike other conventions, serves a truer purpose. And that purpose, my dear friends, is to give meaning to your life. Because, in a nutshell, once you've been to Baycon, you'll be thankful that you have a life that is not anything like the rest of Baycon. Thank you. Thank you.